All right, I'm an addict named Craig. Hey, everybody. Let us start with a moment of silence for the addicts who suffer in and out of the program, followed by the surrender prayer. Prayer. God, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference just for the day. All right, well, welcome everybody. Glad all of you could join us today. And we have a pretty extensive next few days planned for all of you and others that are going to join us. So everyone will be aware that this event is a way for us to come together in unity to celebrate the new year. And it's not a fundraising event. We're going to have a good time, but we're not here to raise any funds for any particular service body or NA as a whole. But if anyone wants to contribute and have some inspiration from this, please do your home group or your area. The event will be live streamed. Just in case you're concerned about personal anonymity, you can turn your video off. And that's the URL for the view the live stream event. I'm gonna leave that there for a second. And we'll be displaying this over the next few days and all during today as well. So if you miss it now, it'll be back up. So we're gonna go right into some readings. And the first one is, who is an addict? Sherry.
Hi everyone, I'm Sherry, I'm an addict.
Hey Sherry.
Happy New Year. Who is an addict? Most of us do not have to think twice about this question. We know. Our whole life and thinking was centered in drugs in one form or another, the getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. We live to use and use to live. Very simply, an addict is a man or woman whose life is controlled by drugs. We are people in the grip of a continuing and progressive illness whose ends are always the same: jails, institutions, and death. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Love you.
Love you.
Kristen.
Hi, my name's Kristen. I'm an addict.
Hey, Kristen.
We do recover. When at the end of the road, we find that we can no longer function as a human being, either with or without drugs, we all face the same dilemma. What is there left to do? There seems to be this alternative: either go on as best we can to the bitter ends, jails, institutions, or death, or find a new way to live. In years gone by, very few addicts ever had this last choice. Those who are addicted today are more fortunate. For the first time in man's entire history, a simple way has been proving itself in the lives of many addicts. It is available to us all. This is a simple, spiritual, not religious program known as Narcotics Anonymous.
Thanks, Kristen. Love you. So one thing I want to mention too as a disclaimer is that while Zoom and other platforms have been beneficial to Narcotics Anonymous, we're not affiliated with Zoom in any way. And just needed to clarify that, or YouTube or any other platform. So before we kind of roll into today's agenda and that kind of thing, I want to say this too, that a lot of people have been working to put this event on for you guys and for us. And I just want to take a minute and thank all of those people. And that includes all of you that are here today, because we're all in this together. But there's some people that have been working in the background, and there's a saying from many, many years ago that someone said, never have so few done so much for so many. And that happens a lot in NA, where a few dedicated, willing, loving people, and I'm sure all of you can relate to this, because I'm sure that description fits you as well. Like you join together with a few people and you put something together for a lot of other people. So I just want to give thanks and appreciation to all of those people that have worked over the past couple of months to put this together. And again, thank all of you for being here. So next is, we are going to go right into something here. Just again, welcome all of you to this 3-day event. We're going to talk a little bit about today's activities when we get to it. But even if you can't be here for each 3 days, at least you're here now. And we just have a lot of activities planned for you and for us. It's just not workshops, it's speakers, got a dance going on, talent show, game night. There is a lot. So, we're excited about it. We hope that you are excited about it and your excitement grows as we go through it. But we have a lot planned over the next 3 days. And if you know other people that don't know about it, make sure they know about it so that they don't miss out on this. So one of the first things that we thought about was this event is being hosted by the U.S. zones of Narcotics Anonymous, right here in the good old U.S. And just the fact that that word zone sometimes brings out, well, what is a zone? And people ask about it. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to share briefly on the zones and where they came from, and essentially just a brief description of them. And they're service-oriented sharing or business sessions, providing the means by NA communities. And it's really about communications, cooperation, collaboration, working together, and it's wholly about our vision in NA and our primary purpose. Just a little bit of background that a lot of times when I talk to members and share something about the zone, and it's again that look of where did this come from, what are the zones. This is just a brief, timeline here that this just didn't start yesterday or last year. Zones have been around for a while. You have the European Delegates meeting beginning in 1984, and then you got the U.S. zones in the late 1980s. That they've been around for a while, and they've been different iterations and maturing and evolving through the years. There's the Canadian Assembly, that's 1990. For some of us, 1990, that sounds like a long ass time ago, and it is. And then you have 1996 and on up through 2020. So it's not that this is a new thing. It's been around for a while. The zones have been, and they're still evolving. And so part of this 3-day event is about sharing information as well. And it's not, orientation or indoctrination or trying to persuade anyone of anything. We just want to share information and have a good time while we're doing it, and really effectively communicate about how we all work together. This is just a quick snapshot of all the zones in the world. 16 zones. And this just gives a quick snapshot of that. And all of this information is available for anyone who wants it, is interested in it. Here is an illustration from the Guide to World Service, one of our service manuals, that just illustrates the service structure, beginning with the most important service unit that we have, the group. Because the group, the service that the group provides, it provides the most important service that we have. And that's that therapeutic value of one addict helping another. And everything that we do in NA, part of our vision statement talks about all of the efforts of Narcotics Anonymous being inspired by the primary purpose of our groups. So this gives you an idea of how interconnected that we are. And we all have, we have one primary purpose. And we might have different ways, and thank God we do, that we have different ways and different approaches. It's a multi-pronged approach, but we have one primary purpose. And this gives you an idea of how that purpose is served through our service structure. And again, this is in the Guide to World Service, groups in the GSRs, and this is most groups send the GSRs to an ASC, from there to a regional service committee. RDs and ADs attend zonal forums as well as the World Service Conference. And also recently zones having the ability to send representatives to the World Service Conference. So this just depicts the interconnectivity that we have within our service structure. So being that this 3-day event is being presented by the zones in the United States, we thought it'd be just important to show those zones and to give you an example of that interconnectivity. I live in Maryland. My home group, and I'm just going to take it all away from my group. My home group is in Maryland. My home group participates with the Bay Area. The Bay Area is a part of the Free State region, and the Free State region participates with the Autonomous Zonal Forum. So I'm gonna suggest to you, if you have a home group, that all of you, and I'm not here to tell anybody what to do or how to think, but I'm just saying that if a person here has a home group, then their home group is probably part of an area. That area is probably part of a region, and that region, here are the regions that are associated with the zones in the United States. So somewhere in there, your home group falls. And this again points out that the interconnectivity and how we all work together, beginning with the most important service unit we have, the group. So I'll let that sit there for a second, have you look through and where your home group is at, what area and region your home group. Because one of the things that would help is that awareness. So if someone comes up and asks you, well, what zone is our region in? You have an idea about it. Collaboration was one of the words that I called out as far as us working together, whether it's my home group putting on an anniversary function or making sure our meeting is we're creating an atmosphere of recovery in our meeting. Collaboration comes in all different forms. We've been doing that in NA. I'm clean as a result of collaboration and other people working together and pursuing our primary purpose and fulfilling our vision. So it's no wonder that, again, these volunteers from different zones, we came together. This event started from one person's idea, and she brought that idea forward, and we brought it to, and people thought it was a good idea and volunteered to help and said, why not? Let's put something on during the holidays for, obviously there's not a lot of in-person stuff going on. I'm just gonna say it that way. And so we thought about the holidays is always a good opportunity for us to fellowship and socialize and express gratitude and appreciation and just freaking being together. And, you know, social distancing doesn't mean social disconnecting, and that we can still connect and work together and serve together and support one another. So, and the ideal is that no one person knows as much as all of us do collectively. Each one of us we all have our own sets of experiences, and whether it's from a group, an area, or just in a recovery environment, our own perspective on the steps and those kind of things. And while I'm here for me, and I'm here, I can't do it by myself. I don't recover by myself. And so collaboration and working together is just so key to my recovery and to our service efforts. When we work together and serve together, we can get that much more done. And I'm sure all of you guys are aware of that, because again, you have your own experiences and you've seen how a group of people, a small group of people have come together and collaborating and bringing different pieces of the puzzle together and bringing different ideas and perspectives. And we have fun. And so we want you over these 3 days. We not only want you to sit back and relax and have a good time, but we want you to participate, join in, bring your ideas, bring your personality. Principles before personalities doesn't mean that I leave my personality at the door. And so I'm suggesting to you, don't leave your personality at the door or in your living room. Bring it over these 3 days, and let's join together and have a good time, learn from each other, support one another, whatever it takes, laugh together, cry together, and love each other. So I just wanted to bring that out around collaboration. This is our schedule over the next 3 days, starting with today. So right now we're in that opening section there, and then in a little while we're gonna have an open mic where anyone can share. I mean, the theme of these 3 days is our gratitude speaks. And so what better way to start off by giving and asking our members to share about their gratitude and the gifts that they've received from NA and recovery and whatever. I think that whether you're old school, new school, preschool, everyone has something to offer. And we wanna give you see, that's a 2-hour time frame that we want to give that opportunity. The word gratitude is in our literature over 100 and some times. And most importantly, look on the back of your medallion or my medallion or a medallion and see where it talks about our gratitude and how we share and care with others the NA way. So we want to give quality time to that and start this event off with you guys sharing. You know, we'll line you up and just jump in there and share about your gratitude or where you are. We've got a couple of speakers from 7 to 9, great speakers, not just today, but throughout the whole. We got some awesome, fabulous speakers lined up for you guys, talking about our gratitude speaks and their experience and from their heart and what they believe. So we hope that stick around and listen and be a part of that. At 9 o'clock comes that talent show. Probably you know, a couple of people in this meeting have some talent they want to show off and give us a chance to just have a good time, because it's really about having a good time today and kicking this event off where we're all relaxing. Take a breath, relax. I was going to say let your hair down, but I don't have any. So, you know, just be a part of and have a good time. And you know, we can sit back and enjoy those speakers and then we can have the talent show and people can jump in. I don't know how many people have signed up, but God, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. The dance starts at 11 o'clock. And people have asked me, well, how do you have a virtual dance? I'm pretty sure some of you guys have been to a virtual dance since we've been in the current environment that we've been in. That I'm sure some of you have been to one of those events. So it'll be my first time going to a virtual dance. I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably line up Merle or somebody as Sherry or somebody as a dance partner and just kick it and just have a good time, man. Just have a good time and enjoy yourself. We're gonna see the New Year's the ball drop from Times Square around midnight. So we please hope that you stay and see that and join us in that. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that. We got some tech savvy people in our little team. They're gonna spin that up for us. We're gonna have a good time with that, and that'll be interesting to see. Really looking forward to that. After all of that, we come right back. The virtual dance continues. We're going to still have a good time. Maybe you are tired by then. Maybe you're not ready to turn in for the night. I don't know how long. We'll keep the lights on. We'll let you know when it's time to go home or whatever, as they used to do me when when I was in that environment. But we'll let you know when it's time to go home. But stick around, join in, have a good time. We'll go through the sequence of events and the schedule each day. There are going to be some things that you can expect each day. We'll have a couple of readings. We'll have the announcements. We'll have the announcements actually throughout the day. And we want to make sure that people stay informed. So with all of that said, I think one of our themes over these 3 days is we want you to have a good time, be involved, be informed, share, participate. If we're gonna have opportunities, and we'll get to that and some other announcements about if you have some questions about some things, and we'll as I said, keep putting that announcement up during the event. So it is it's 4:25. So I'm gonna fill a little buffer here. Our break is at 4:45. We're gonna take a break and all of that. So I was asked to take about 10 minutes and fill the time up and share a little bit about my gratitude, my recovery. I mean, it goes without saying for me, well, maybe not so without saying, but I live in Maryland and I moved here from North Carolina, from Raleigh. I've lived here now 1,216 days. And I lived in Philly for 2,290 days. And I lived in Frederick for 1,380 days. And I moved here because I have two daughters here, 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. And they've been living here for some time now. I moved here to co-parent my daughters because child support is more than money. And I moved here. I've been with my daughters since the day they were born. And each of those places that I called out, I actually moved there to be closer to my kids when their mom left North Carolina and brought them here, my ex. And so I've been here those days that I called out to co-parent my daughters and to be an example for them and to be an example of how I believe they should be treated by guys as they're coming up and what to expect, and to be a role model for my daughters, to teach them how to drive, to get them a car, to get them set up to go to college and all those kind of things. That important to me. And so when I think of my gratitude, it really starts with how my recovery has given me an opportunity to be present in my family's life. The people that were harmed the most in my active addiction was my family. And so NA has given me a chance to make amends, and not just one-time amends, but living amends, and to be present in my family's life and to be that example. I'm the patriarch in my family, and which I never ever imagined being or even thought about. I got clean when I was 32, and I'm 65 now, and I had 4 kids before I was 24. My oldest son is 45, and my youngest son is 41, and I had 12 grandkids. My oldest son is 25, and my youngest grandson will be 2 next month. And I've got a 6-year-old great grandson and another great grandson that'll be here in April. And so my gratitude speaks the way that I carry myself and my thankfulness for Narcotics Anonymous. That's what I do. What I do is because I'm clean as a result of what other people did and what other people did for me. I tell people all the time, people that know me like Sherry and Merle and Shane and other people, they've heard me say it over the years. When you help me, you help my family. And so there's just a deep sense of gratitude that I have for NA and what recovery has taught me, and a great sense of gratitude for those people that were in Narcotics Anonymous when I got clean in Raleigh, because I got clean in 1987 in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I didn't know any of those people, and very few of them, if any, looked like me, and so, but they welcomed me, and they started a process for me that changed my life. And so I have the deepest sense of gratitude for people. One of the things that I've learned about myself in recovery, and you guys keep me with the time, I will myself. But one of the things I've learned about myself in recovery is that I'm loyal, and I'm loyal to, that actually played a role in my active addiction, but I won't get into that. But I'm loyal to people that have helped me, especially people that have helped me through some of the darkest times in my recovery. So there's a number of ways that I try to express my gratitude, and one of them is being of service and being involved in service and just working to and serving and having a good time with other people to make sure. I know what we do is about a very deadly disease, and it can be life or death for someone. I know that from my own experience of how my active addiction was an existential threat to me and to my life, and it was a threat to my family. And so when I'm asked to do something in NA, and how much that's yeah, we have a good time, but I also know that active addiction is a deadly thing, man, and it can be fatal. And so when I cut through all the laughs and things that we have, because I'm really not in recovery to be miserable. I have a good time in recovery. Anyone that knows me know I joke around and have a good time. That's a part of recovery, and that's just a part of who I am. But I'm really, when you cut through all of that, I just want to make sure other people have that same opportunity, and their lives can transform, and they can come into our rooms, and they can be made to feel welcome, no matter where they come from, no matter what they look like, no matter what they smell like, no matter what. The only requirement for membership is a desire. And so when people come, to me, that's a good indication of desire. And I just want to do my little part, flames of passion and contributing to them staying here and sitting back watching people grow. That's one of the things that's such a gift in NA, is that we get a chance to see each other grow, and we get a chance to support one another. We get a chance to see each of us go through different life on life's terms, and to experience that and support people and watch us grow through that. First of all, we're not using, and then just growing through the process. So on any given day, I can list out any kind of number of things that I'm grateful for. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out list, but there's like 4 or 5 things that I'm absolutely grateful for. And I hold those things true to myself, and of what I've learned in recovery and how different my life is. Everything about me today, and I'm coming up to my time, everything about me today is different than when I first got here. The way that I look, hell, I had hair when I got here. The way that I look, the way that I dress, what I eat, where I go. I'm sure you guys, I know damn well y'all can relate to this. I know you can. I know I'm not the only one that's experienced those kind of changes. And man, you know, what a gift. What a gift. And so gratitude is such an important thing, and it's more than a word, it's more than a feeling. It's a little bit of all of that, a feeling, some action, and just us working together and serving together, and me just taking care of my recovery. I'm one of those people that I cherish my recovery. I don't mess around with my recovery. I don't play around with it. It's not something that I take for granted. I don't mess around with my recovery. I take care and I do the things that I need to do to stay clean and keep growing. I don't believe that me getting clean was inevitable. It had a lot of grace to do with me being clean and a lot of people helping me and reaching out their hands to me. I don't think my staying clean is guaranteed. There's is something about having a uh, a disease that's going to be with me for the rest of my life that makes it impossible for me to even guarantee anything. But what I can say and what I believe is that if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'll keep getting what I'm getting. So I had to fill up some time there, guys. I just kind of like, went off and just tried to kind of open this event and just share a little bit about where I am and where I come from. And it's really not even about that, but about who I am. And beyond that, about the program of NA. Because I know in my heart, it's really not about me. Yeah, I'm here like you, and your life, my life has changed. I'm sure yours has as a result of the program. Hell, my life changed the second day that I was clean. I'm telling you, the second day that I was clean and stayed clean, my life changed. And it's been that way ever since. But I know that without a shadow of a doubt, the program will go on without me, but I'm not sure how far I make it without the program. I don't even, play with that or even try to think about that. I, I'm more of a person that thinks about, I don't think about using, I think about staying clean. And I think about all that I can do to do that. I'm very, very excited still today about my recovery. I'm still very excited about how much growing I can do and what the possibilities are. Because that's what people in NA gave me when I came here. Those people that didn't look like me, they gave me a sense of possibility, except they spelled it HOPE. But what it was they told me that even when my head and my disease told me this won't work for you, you'll never make it. They told me to not believe that and to believe that I can make it and that the program will work for me if I put in the effort and I just do what other people were doing. So I think we're right at the time to maybe a few minutes early to take a break. And, I'll let the people in charge tell me. I just do what I'm told to do as long as it's not illegal or immoral. I do just about anything. So you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me fill up the time. We're so glad that you're here. Really, really look forward to all of you taking part. Even if you can't be here these 3 days, hell, you're here today. Please take part because this is for us. It gives us a place to come to and socialize and to be together and to love and support each other. And everybody in here has something to offer. So, thank you again for listening.